Hang on. Now my mic's on. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the SoRare channel. Welcome to another stream. I haven't streamed in a little while, so I just thought I would go live and stream, to be honest, because it's been a little while. So if you're watching this as a video, welcome. If you're in the stream, what's up? Thomas, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long old while. So I thought we might as well try to like get this to the right size for everything, to be honest. Let me quickly fix this as well. Properties. Let's go over here. What's up, guys? It's John Nellis. Welcome back to another lineup video. There we go. What's up? What's up, guys? I want to make sure everything's like the right size as well. Let me tweet out the stream too. I've almost forgot how to stream on the SoRare channel. It's weird because I stream every day on Twitch. Oh god. I stream every day on Twitch, but I kind of forgot how you do this sort of stuff. Yeah, no worries, Lalo. All good, mate. Live. We are live again. There we go. Perfect. What's up, boys? How am I feeling on the Anthony stuff as a card holder? I don't know. But if Mason Greenwood can have all that evidence in the public eye and still get a job at Getafe, like, I don't think anything's going to happen to Anthony. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Unfortunately... Oh, wait, I don't follow Miklifu? The heck? Unfortunately, footballers appear to be above the law in some cases. Matt, what's up, mate? Oh, I sneezed. I went FC20 today. I don't really have anything for this week's international break, I'll be honest. I have a 4-man Cap 240 rare lineup. I do have somebody out, like 2 other players playing, but because Messi's L15 is so goddamn high now, I couldn't even play them. Yeah, so... L15 of 80, and L40 of 77. What's the highest ever L15 and L40 on SoRare? Does anyone know? How you doing, Charlie Dunbar? What's up, mate? But welcome, guys. But welcome. I am also sweaty as anything. I've just got back from a walk outside and it's hot. It is hot. I might turn my lights on, actually. Fuck it. We've got the aircon on. Alexa, turn on all of my lights. There you go. I think that looks a bit better. Yeah, I need a haircut desperately as well. L30, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? Yeah, so obviously Messi's not going to play against Sporting KC, which is actually a massive shame because he would genuinely destroy it in that game. That would probably be a 100-point game. I doubt he plays in 407. He might play in 407, but I don't know. Like, at what point does he take a break? Because, like, I know he only played 30 minutes against the New York Red Bulls, but, like... Bro, he has played such a stupid amount of football since joining in the MLS. He's played every single week, bar one midweek here. He played. Oh no, he did play the midweek there as well, didn't he? Because he had that game in the other cup or something like that. I can't remember. He's played such a ridiculous amount of football. At what point does he get a break? He's got 2 international games as well. I don't know. It seems a bit crazy to me how much he's getting, like how much football he's actually playing at the moment. But yeah, I'm excited to see how he does against Ecuador and Bolivia. I think he rests against Atalanta. That's what I'm expecting as well. And then Toronto at home should be a 100-point game because their defense is utterly abysmal. Orlando away is effectively a home game anyway because it's like literally 40 minutes down the road. I've literally been to Orlando and Miami. Well, it's not 40. It's like an hour plane journey. But like, yeah. Like, you do get a plane for it. You don't drive it. But yeah, you could get a train, I guess. Then NYFC at home. He's got some really good matchups towards the end of the season as well. And then obviously a bunch more international breaks, which is kind of annoying knowing how many are coming up. My gallery value has decreased a lot recently. I'm hoping it's just because of the international break. Atlanta, so Atlanta. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I feel like gallery values decrease a lot anyway. Like, my gallery value is 28 ETH. I think my gallery is worth more than 28 ETH. I just don't like. Sometimes certain players' prices aren't set right, and sometimes like some players are set too high and too low and stuff like that as well. Like a good example is if you had a card, Davidson is a great example of a card. Where is he? Rare Naboa. So Rare Naboa is a card that for a while had a £600 price tag until someone finally sold one at £60. That's what he's actually worth. And then the gallery figured out, okay, actually that's what he's worth. Davidson, it thinks he's worth 1.7k. Well, he's not. He's worth about 400 quid, 300, if that, maybe less than that, maybe 300, 200. Like, I don't see people buying this card for more than like 300 quid, to be honest, if that. Maybe even like 150, 200. That Neymar there is sad. It is sad, but I also think that, like, I've been a little bit unlucky. Like, I've been quite lucky this transfer window with some cards. So, for example, Kim Min-jae going to Bayern was great. That one was a super lucky one for me. And although it's like he's not increased massively in price, to be fair, because he hasn't really hit the ground running with scores, when he does eventually get better into that team, because that team's playing like shit as well, when he does eventually get better into that team, we'll see the best of Kim Min-jae. Yeah, Van Crooy went to Saudi as well, yeah. So yeah, Neymar went to Saudi, Van Crooy went to Saudi. That's about it for Saudi transfers in my gallery so far, touchwood. I mean, the transfer window ends tonight. So yeah, and then with the thing is with Kim Min-jae is that he's got a tough matchup when he gets home. Leverkusen at home, which is tough, but you know. And then we've got Man United at home, which honestly I think Bayern will probably do us quite dirty. I think they'll probably beat us 2 or 3-0. Then Bochum at home should be an absolute smash fest. Leipzig away will be tough. Then Copenhagen away will be easy. Freiburg at home will be easy. Mainz away should be, I'd say, a comfortable Bayern win. Galatasaray away should be a comfortable Bayern win. Darmstadt at home should be a comfortable Bayern win as well. And then you've got Galatasaray at home, Heidenheim at home, Copenhagen at home, Union Berlin at home. So like, this is the thing with, I think a lot of people lose faith and stuff like that in SoRare and their galleries and things a lot. But what I tend to do is I tend to look to the future, and I tend to look at like when I'm going to have a good run. If I'm having a bad run now, when am I going to have a good run? And when I'm going to have a good run is probably around November time, when I've got Galatasaray at home in the midweek, then Heidenheim at home at the weekend, then I've got a 2-week break, then we've got Cologne away and Copenhagen at home in the midweek and the weekend as well. So like this four set of fixtures right here should be strong for my gallery with a full Bayern stack. That should be strong for my gallery. So yeah. So the Bayern stack hasn't really returned dividends yet, but I'm thinking like games like against Bochum as well, Copenhagen, Freiburg, yeah. And any of the Fenerbahce games in the Conference League are covered because they don't show. They should be. I mean, like, they absolutely should be. Let me look at Tadic. I don't know why they don't show. Yeah, that's really weird. I have no idea why they don't show. They will be covered. 100%. All Conference League games are covered. Who are in Fenerbahce's group? Does anyone know anyone? What is the situation with Kim and De Ligt now? Is there still major concerns of rotation? Because somehow Upamecano has held down that right centre-back spot. Do you know what? I have no idea. Apparently, De Ligt and Kim are both left-sided centre-backs, which makes absolutely no sense. They're both right-footers. And from someone that's been in the academies and stuff like that, you usually play your right-footed central defenders on the right. Very rarely do they get played on the left. I mean, look at Ten Hag with Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire was a left-sided centre-back for so long until he brought in Martinez. So realistically, like, first of all, I think Tuchel is a horrific manager. I genuinely hate that man. I think he's a cunt. I hate him. He's the worst. I think he's just going to ruin Bayern. I think Bayern are going to play some awful anti-football, like genuine awful football. I can see a world in where Upamecano is just going to hold down that spot. I don't know why, because I don't think he's a very good centre-back, to be honest. But I maybe can see a world where they play a 3-back as well. Like, there's definitely potential for a back 3, which I think could make the most sense. But yeah, I mean, I can see it happening. It's annoying because they just play anti-football. But at the moment, yeah, Min-jae's come out for De Ligt in the games that De Ligt's been subbed on. But I don't know. It's kind of annoying. Have I thought about getting a Veerman? Yeah, do you know, I have looked at Veerman. Veerman's one of those where it's like, every time I look, he goes up in price even more. Like, the fact Veerman's at £1,000 now, the annoying part about it is, I sold one here. When was that? That was, no, that's not the, I mean, I bought one here. God, I bought it for $3,000 back then. Fucking hell, I bought it for $6.95 there. When did I sell? Because I sold mine in the summer when I was restructuring my gallery. Bingo. No. If I do this. No. Okay. Where's me selling again? I sold mine for like 600-700 quid. Here we go. Ah, I used it in a trade. There you go. Used it in a trade. So, and to be fair, Taquinho actually has netted me a couple of rewards. Literally only two, but two very good rewards, to be fair. Mike Mignon and Philip Con. But yeah, like, so I used him in a trade. It's kind of painful now to go and buy him back. This is their thing. And I knew he'd smash as well, and I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't keep him. I knew he'd smash. It's annoying because, like, this kind of, like, my gallery is in a weird spot in the sense that, like, I have a lot of good midfielders from Challenger now. Like, if I go to a random game week that isn't an international break, right, and we look at Challenger Europe Rare Pro, this is the annoying thing, right? Challenger Europe Rare Pro. I've got now Olsen, Szymanski, Leighton Clarkson if he finds form again, Grizan, who's fantastic, by the way, and then super rares like Fred. I've got Rare Fred as well. Heynen can do well with the right matchup. And then we've got a few like meh ones, like Naboa's meh, Schick is meh. I mean, Desart is a great super rare to have. Aktakoglu, if I doubt I'll ever use him in Challenger Europe Rare Pro, but if I ever did, solid one as well. I mean, I could definitely use a Veerman, but the thing is, like, Challenger is like one of my least priority lineups. Yeah, Desart is solid. He's not started this season off amazingly. He's had 1 or 2 good scores and then a couple of meh scores, like 50s, which is not great. The 73 was fantastic against Westerlo. I'm just hoping he can bring back this form, to be honest. I do find it funny, though. Like, people don't have faith and patience on SoRare at all. It's funny how quickly a player's price comes down. And, you know, it's particularly at limited level, but it's funny how quickly a player's price comes down after, like, 2 or 3 games at the start of the season where they don't start amazingly. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So, like, I tried to build my gallery this year for midweeks. Like, not solely midweeks, but, like, that was, like, my aim, is to build a gallery for midweeks. So, like, in Challenger, I have multiple options for midweeks. Oh, shit, that's going to be insane midweek, because we just randomly have 20 versus Vitesse in a midweek. This is going to be a nuts one. Shit. Then we have Bruges versus Genk. You know. Look at that. That for a midweek. No, I'm trying to find a midweek with Champions League. Midweek with Champions League. Here you go. This is a midweek with Champions League. So, like, I've tried to build my gallery out for midweek. So, I've got 2 Champion Europe midweek goalkeepers. I've got, wherever he is, I don't know why he's not here at the moment. But I've got Mignolet, Fernando Muslera as challenger goalkeepers. Then the odd American goalkeeper if they have matchups as well. But that was kind of the aim, is to try and build a gallery where we can sweep up midweeks. And to be honest, it's worked really well so far. So if I look at my rewards, basically since around game week 392, we've pretty much won a reward almost every week, including midweeks. So we would have rewarded 392, 393, 394, 396, 97, 98, 99, 400, 401, 2, and 403. And they're not like terrible rewards either. They're pretty much all good cards. Like, I sold Oli Sater for like £150. Petkovic first one I sold for like 170, and I'm keeping the second one. Richie Delat was like a £200 card. Robin Proper I sold for like £500 or £600. Olsen solid. I'm going to keep Olsen. I sold Stexel for like 300. Yeah, actually the top dot there, 337. So yeah, and that's like, so that's kind of what I've been trying to do with my galleries, trying to build it for midweeks as well. I need to buy a mid for this upcoming game week. I don't know if it's worth it or not. What's your lineup looking like? Here is where I like. So I actually did end up buying for the midweek. I had an offer as well. Let me have a look how that looks like. Is that a bad offer? I meant to look at that earlier. How do I check it again? Market? Is it my trades? I mean, I'm not going to accept it regardless. I don't want any of these cards, but just see how bad that was. So I bought 2 goalkeepers for a combined price of, I need to refresh it because it's blurry as fuck, for a combined price of about £250 roughly. That's what I did, because I have 2 lineups that can genuinely smash, in my opinion. So we've got All-Star Rare Pro, which I think is an incredibly strong lineup. And I'm even tempted to split up Olsen and Lindelof, but I think Lindelof should do quite well. But we've got Bruno with 2 games. We've got Doku against Azerbaijan. Aktikoglu at home to Armenia. Like everyone, this is what I did. Everyone on in these teams are ridiculously heavy favourites. It doesn't show Bruno's first game, but he's a ridiculously heavy favourite. So we've got 79% to win, 73% to win, and 70% to win. And then we've got for Cap 240, 47% to win, 55% to win, 93% to win, and again 73% to win. So it's like, that's why I bought goalkeepers. I would only buy a player for a lineup if you think the loss you'll take by selling that player will be covered and you'll make profit from the reward. Now, the only reason why I bought goalkeeper, I wasn't going to buy 2. I was only going to buy Olsen for this lineup, is because with the monthlies, I had a relatively okay start last week. Now, I'm actually really pissed off with my start last week, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I had a relatively decent start for the monthlies last week. We came 59th, and I believe like that would get me, if I look at the rewards for the monthlies. So let's say I finish 59th 3 more times. We would end up with a high tier 2, which is unavailable. A high tier 2 is like a goalkeeper, you know? It's like a £200-300 card. Yeah, this one's only SoRare Neil. So realistically, what I'm trying to do here is I built this lineup in the hopes that I can maintain keeping a top 50 to 60 score. Like, if we can get 420 points or so, I'll be buzzing. That's why I built this. And also, Olsen has other midweeks coming up. I think Sweden have sorry, not other midweeks, other international breaks coming up. So it's like a longer term investment. If we look at Robin Olsen, he has in game week, well, in 4-15 they play Belgium, but he'll get smashed, so no worry there. But then in November, like we'll talk about November before, Azerbaijan away and Estonia at home. Like, again, 2 game weeks where Sweden should do very well. I think if you get 59 3 more times, you'll be top 20 surely. Something like that. That was my thought process, right? So I thought like a tier 2, like if we win a reward this week, which I don't know if we will or not, but let's say we did. Let's say we won a tier 2 this week, right? And then in the monthly we win a tier 2 as well. It massively covers the Olsen price. I'm not sure, Jack. If you do I play MLB or NBA? No, I don't watch the sports. But yeah, so that's my like ethos when buying a player for a lineup is when you go to sell that player. Let's say you take a 15% loss, 10% under market value plus 5% to SoRare, right? You take a 15% loss. Will your reward cover that 15%, and then will you make profit on it as well? And if not, I don't think there's point. Oh shit, we have a Friday Night Curse as well. Just realised, brilliant. I need a Cap 240 rare goalie, and I can't decide between Silerson and Van Gassel. Who would you choose? Is it just for 1 week? Is it just for this week? There's quite a few goalies. The one that I quite like, and he's cheap for a reason. is Sehic, right? Because he's Bosnia's goalkeeper. They play Liechtenstein and Iceland, so you have 2 chances of a clean sheet. But also, like, he's super cheap because he is literally I'm only buying him for Bosnia utility, you know? Unless for some reason maybe Begovic plays. Oh, wait, Begovic doesn't play, so okay, never mind. Oh, you need one for the whole season? Okay. The Cap 240 rare goalie, I can't decide between Sillerson and Van Gessel. Who would I choose? So just between those 2. I don't play Ultimate Champs now. I was actually offered a brand deal a long time ago with Ultimate Champs. And we'd agreed a fee and all that sort of stuff. It's quite a funny story. This is like before I was actually heavily into SoRare. My agency in Ultimate Champions had agreed a fee. And we'd agreed, okay, they'll pay me this much, and these are going to be the deliverables and stuff like that. And it ended up falling through because somebody else, like, from there, like, reached out with a different fee and then different deliverables. And then they thought they'd reached out to 2 different people, but they were just basically battling against themselves. But it was just me. It was really weird. It was like a massive fuck up. But, like, I just lost all faith in Ultimate Champs. I lost all faith in Ulti Champs because, like, having spoken to, like, some of the higher ups, like, I spoke to one guy on the phone, and he just, like, it was just like the way he talked and stuff was just really odd, you know. He was, like, in Dubai, and it just felt like he was spending the company's dime so he could party in Dubai and stuff like that. And I was just like, brother, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It looks like a good platform though. And I know a bunch of people in the SoRare community absolutely love it, but it's just not for me. I don't think I will be. Hello, Chaddy. How you doing, buddy? Sorry. So you're asking me who would I choose between Van Gessel and Sillerson. So the way I see it, Van Gessel definitely has those bigger peaks, but way less clean sheets. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if I see any of my teams have a game against Excelsior, I'm buzzing. You know? So I probably wouldn't pick Van Gessel here. I'd probably pick Sillerson. I think. I don't know if he, like, is going to retire at this. I don't know how it's going to work. But, like, to me, I would probably pick Sillerson over Van Gessel. Plus, he's got a way lower L15, which allows you to have way better players in Cap 240. And it's going to take longer to get a higher L15 of 37 than it is. It will take longer for his L15 to reach 45. Yeah, you want it, like, you get longevity out of a lower L15 is basically what I'm saying. So I'd probably go with Sillerson, to be honest. And I think you've got better options to partner with him as well with Sillerson, because I think NEC have got half decent defenders here and there. Like, yeah, like you got a couple of half decent players. Verdonk gets solid AA. He'd probably be one of the people I'd look at as well. He's been someone that's been, like, half decent to start with. I know he's got a high L15, but he's been getting solid AA. So it came out they were botting likes for their Facebook ads, not the best image. I'll be honest with you, like, so that the whole reason why I've never tried Ultimate Champs, and I never will try Ultimate Champs, is because I literally spoke to a guy on the phone after they'd fucked up that whole marketing thing, right? I spoke to a guy on the phone that was, like, high up at Ultimate Champs, and he's literally telling me about how he's been partying in Dubai and stuff. He's like, yeah, man, yeah, bro, like, I'm just, like, chilling in Dubai and that, like, you know, we're partying and that, bro. The fucking girls are, like, leng and that. I'm just like, yo, like, we're on the phone so we can try and close a deal here, and this is how you're talking to me. It just sounded like he was spending their money partying, you know? I was just like, yeah, fuck that. Bro, he was so unprofessional, it was crazy. This was years ago, though. He might not be there anymore. Like, I'm not trying to give them a bad rep. Like, he might not be there anymore. It's just, like, it was just my experience. So, yeah. Hey, Yeremy Doku, they expect him to start. That's good. Hope Doku starts. He'll be fantastic. God damn. Belgium's team low-key sucks. You know? Belgium's team actually kind of sucks. I remember Like every year for like a solid decade, every international tournament, people would put Belgium as the favourites. Why is my hair sticking up? I have no idea. I remember for years, bro. Any inside news on the SoRare data announcement, brother? I'm not affiliated in any way with SoRare data. I'm not an affiliate. I've got no. I'm in no way. I wouldn't have any inside information. I have no idea. Their team would be 14th place in the Prem. I think this team gets relegated, I'll be honest with you. I reckon their team would get relegated quite easily in the Premier League. You've got Yuri Tielemans, who got relegated last year. Amadou Onana gets relegated this year. Castagna got relegated last year. Wout Faes got relegated last year. Vertonghen is like 65 years old. And TT I like, but like, you know, he's not that great. Casteels is okay. Carrasco gets played at left back for Atletico. That's how much they rate him. Leandro Trossard is solid, to be fair. I quite like Openda as well. And Doku I really like. I think Doku's fantastic. And then Lukaku's, I think, a bag of ass. Their defense hoons. Hoons. I like that word. Their defense hoons. I want to see what they predict for Sweden, to be honest. I don't know. I think Lindelof came off because he was a bit ill. I don't think Lindelof is like injured. I think Lindelof is just ill, to be honest. There you go. We're good. We're good. We're good. That's good news. Belgium going into a new era where the youth is the goal now and old players are for the experience. Bakayoko, Openda, Van der Voort, for example, are their stars for the future. I agree. I agree with that. I think, to be honest, like, if I was thinking about, off the top of my head, if I was thinking about Belgium's best team, like, I think Arthur, I think it's pronounced Tita. I like him. I have him in Mandanda in my French League Amateur because I think that Rennes are a solid team. So Arthur Tita's solid. Like you say, Van der Voort, I really like Van der Voort. I think he's a solid player as well. They are a little bit like... I'm surprised De Goalkeeper hasn't had a call-up. Or maybe he's had a call-up and they just don't expect him to play. I don't know. But I'm surprised that De Goalkeeper is not predicted to be left-back. Because realistically, I would much rather put Tita over Wout Faes and I'd put De Goalkeeper at left-back here, for sure. Yeah, that's good, Neil. This midfield, I think, if I was to use a word, hoons. No, Amadou Onana's not bad. I don't really rate Yuri Tielemans. I can't lie. I think he's got so much ability, but he is the laziest, like, least hard-working footballer, and I just don't see a point in him in any team. Yeah, potentially, Chad, you're not wrong. There was also another lad from Anderlecht that could have got a call-up, I think. I forget the young lad. I think you might have had him at one point. Is Delcroix? Is he Belgium? Oh, he might be injured actually. I wouldn't have gone with Yannick Carrasco at all. I think Trossard on the left would be solid. Oh, is it Debast? Debast. They've got quite a lot of solid players though. Belgium, like a solid young teams coming through. Let me see what they're predicting for Brazil. See that Neymar's 80%. This is the thing, right? And maybe, do you know what I've found actually? And this is the God's honest truth, right? I've found that sometimes people in the SoRare community, right? Sometimes people in the SoRare community, they will tell you someone's a risk because they don't want you to play them, rather than like actually them being a risk. The amount of times that someone's told me that someone's a risk, right? And they're just not a risk. I don't think Neymar's a risk at all. Someone told me that Neymar's a risk. I don't think Neymar's a risk at all. I can't lie. Like, this is the only thing Neymar cares about is fucking international. He fucking loves international. How many times have we drafted our teams? 4 or 7? I might have drafted them. I can't remember. I think Neymar definitely plays, bro. Neymar loves international football. That's pretty much the only thing he does. And he's chasing Pele, like, you know, Edison at 90%. Yeah, that one's a bit weird. This is a thing. Someone said to me the other day that the experts on Play Sharper play the cards that they have as higher percentages, and it's like, ever since then, or they either play the cards they have at high percentages or play the cards they like at high percentages, and it's like, ever since then, I can't unsee it. Regardless, though, this benefits me because Neymar and Casemiro are the only 2 cards I have, and both are high percentage to start. So, like, I'm very happy. Edison. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, that's why I'm quite happy. And they're heavy favourites against Bolivia as well. So hopefully it's just an absolute smash fest. I wanted to see what they predict for Sweden as well. I want to see, like, Olsen got ruled out because of injury as well, which is a bit annoying. That's a bit unfortunate. They've got Karem at 80%, and they're at 80% as well. This should be an interesting game. Wasn't Paqueta nailed on during the World Cup? Yeah, who knows, man? Who fucking knows? What have they gone for Portugal? See, this is interesting. This is more like it. This right here is more like it. Putting every player at 70% makes so much more sense than putting players at like 90% and stuff. And the reason why I say that is because realistically, like, I don't think there's any expert with international breaks. You know? If I am very, very clued up with England. I watch England. I follow all the good sources for England and whatnot. I couldn't tell you who our starting 11 is going to be. If I had to guess, it would be Pickford in goal, but so easily could be Ramsdale as well. So easy could be Ramsdale. Could be whoever else the third goalie's been called up is. Could be anyone, right? I would say Pickford in net. I would say it's going to be Trippier. If Stones is called up, Stones. If he's not, then either Mark Gahey or whoever's been called up, right? I don't even know who's been called up, to be honest. But I would say Harry Maguire left centre back for sure. Chilwell left back. Then I would say Trent probably plays in midfield. But I know that they don't have Trent high prediction for midfield, even though, like, he's been put down as a midfielder. Like, this is a thing. They've gone with this, and yet the last international breaks we played a 4-3-3 with Trent in midfield. Like, I'm telling you right now, the fact they don't have Trent here at all, unless Trent's got an injury, they're just wrong. They're just completely wrong. Trent's not here at all. I'm telling you, I think Trent starts in midfield for England. And, like, hey, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think Trent is injured. He got called up. Oh, is he? Okay, that's why then. He's pulled out with a minor injury last week. Okay, that makes sense. Why is he always injured for England, by the way? This guy is so unlucky with injuries for England. Oh my God, Lewis Dunk got called up. Was Lewis Dunk his replacement? I forgot Lewis Dunk existed. I'm kind of happy he got called up, though. He's Scouse, not English. That's so funny. Was Lewis Dunk Trent's replacement? Trent and Grealish both dropped out of the international camp with injuries. That's a shame. Well, Rashford probably starts then. Oh, Dunk is not an injury replacement. Okay, who is Trent's injury replacement? Yeah, I would be happy. To be honest, I would be happy if Lewis Dunk and Gahey, or Lewis Dunk and Cole. Like, Cole will be nice to start as well. That back line, I'd probably be quite happy with, to be honest. I think it should be that. Something like that, to be honest, I'd be quite happy with. Tamori, I don't rate Tamori. I might be on my own. Yeah, how the West Ham boys aren't there, I don't know. I don't know. You're 100% right there. I don't know how they're not there. That makes a lot of sense as to why Trent's not there, though. I didn't realise Trent was injured. That makes a lot of sense, though. A lot of sense. I would have expected him to start otherwise. Watkins isn't there as well. I really don't like Southgate, though. Like, I don't... The thing I like about Southgate is the fact that Southgate has created this, like, genuine, like, love in the camp. And this, like the camp is, like, so much more united and stuff like that. I like that a lot. But I hate the way that Southgate picks his favourites and stuff like that. Reminds me of my fucking PE teacher at primary school. Potter rejected Leon. Yeah, I saw that. What's the favourite kit that I own? Wait, Lingard just played a game for West Ham? Really? Favourite kit that I own? I don't think I've got a favourite. My favourite is, like, literally the same every... Like, it's whatever the latest one is, to be honest. Do you know what I think, right? I think these monthly rewards are great. But this is not... How do I put this? We need stuff for the whale, obviously, right? Like, first place will be a whale. It'll be someone like PSU fans or someone like that will get first place, right? Second place will be someone like, I don't know, JR Duke or someone like that. Like, it'll be literally like whales for the top 3. In my opinion, like, top 170 should have been paid out ETH. Even if it's $50 ETH. Like, instead of it just being cards, this should have been ETH, in my opinion. All the way down to the bottom. SoRare can put their own money towards it. Like, this is what pisses me off a little bit. Sometimes they act as if they can't put anywhere of their own money there. Like, they can 100% put their own money in that. I would have liked to have seen, like, every single place in the monthlies get paid ETH. I think you'll appreciate my last tweet. Is it on... is it the same thing? What's this? Chinese mustache looks like the old Batman symbol. It actually does as well. What the fuck? That's fucking hilarious. What the fuck? That's funny. Germany don't have games that are covered, do they? Great, now Charlie's got to be looking at Twitter. Oh yeah, I meant to show you, by the way, why I was fuming about my last week. Right, so, this is why I was absolutely livid. So, instead of playing the full Galatasaray stack, which I knew Demerbe would start, by the way, I played Fred, who got scored abysmally. Should have had 2 1 tackles and didn't. I mean, genuinely 2 1 tackles. Like, and that's not me being a biased person that just wants my players to score amazingly. He literally should have had 2 1 tackles. He literally slide tackled both times. But I had Demerbe, who actually did get an assist and it got chalked off. And I don't know why it got chalked off, because it was the clearest assist I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, scored 50 points. If I played Demerbe there, I get an extra 20 points. We finished 2nd place. And we would have got SoRare Goalkeeper as a reward, which is really annoying. I would have loved that. So that was super frustrating, right? The only reason why I played Fred is because they literally had an amazing matchup. And Fred's first 2 games, he's literally scored an offside goal and almost created a massive chance as well. I was like, you know, if he could do it against Twente and get these scores against Twente, then yeah. How are you predicting who plays and who doesn't for Galatasaray? In the league, so Champions League is going to be a fuckery. So I think the most locked on players in the Champions League are going to be Muslera, Bowie, Angelino, Aktakoglu, and Icardi. They're the only players that I think are going to be nailed on in the Champions League. So what I'll be doing, is I'll be playing probably Muslera, Angelino, Aktakoglu, and Icardi with an extra. So it'll either be like Desart, or it'll be Pansil, or it'll be someone like that, right? It'll be someone along those lines. I'll be playing an extra with those 4, because I don't think Demerbe is going to start Champions League games. But in the league, the ones that are most locked in for sure are going to be Muslera, Badachki, Angelino, Demerbe, Aktakoglu, and Icardi for sure. Because of Turkish, like, obviously Demerbe's dual citizenship, Aktakoglu's Turkish, Bardachki's Turkish as well. So they're the 3 that I'd say are completely locked in. And then Icardi's going to start every game, right? Like, he's just their guy. He's just the main guy. Angelino is really starting to find form now as well. He's likely going to start every game. He might be the one that's rotated a bit in the league as well. So I am thinking about picking up a Bardachki at some point for the weekend games, because I do think Angelino might get a couple of times rested in the league. But Muslera's going to start every game as well. He's a goalkeeper. So, yeah, I would say, like, the rest, Mertens, Tete, Demerbe, Nelson, now that they've signed Davinson Sanchez, and anybody else that isn't mentioned there are probably who the fuck knows. So I don't plan on buying any of them, because who the fuck knows. But, yeah, so I'll probably pick up a Super Air Bardachki at some point, and he'll be there for the weekend games. So, yeah. Yeah, 3 players have to be Turkish, yeah. And I think the 3 players usually will be Aktakoglu, Demerbe, and Bardachki. Who do I think gets further in Europe? Galatasaray, Fenerbahce? Probably Fenerbahce, because they're in the easier tournament. Galatasaray probably come 3rd in their group and get to, like, maybe they get far in the Europa League, actually. I quite like Galatasaray's squad, but the thing is, Galatasaray against a good team have looked dog shit so far. So Mulder should have won. And Mulder aren't a good team in my opinion. But Mulder absolutely should have beat them. Mulder battered them in my opinion. And they got very lucky not to win. Against Trabzonspor, like, I don't think they played badly, but they were so, like, sporadic and so, like, I don't know. It was almost scary how they played. They just, like, they didn't control the game. Having a 52% possession is worrying for me. Because Trabs, I don't think are that great. They dominated Olympia, to be fair. Absolutely dominated Olympia. Kayserispor was another one where it was like, they just didn't dominate the game as they should have. You know, they had 61% possession, but like, they just didn't dominate the game as I was hoping they should have, really. So it was one of those. It was a shame. But then again, they didn't have all their main players playing. So, but I'm confident in my Galatasaray stack. But yeah, if I'd have played Demirbe, we come second. The only reason why I didn't is because I thought Demirbe would get like, I literally said in my head, Demirbe would get like 50 points, right? Whereas Fred could get like 80, 90 points. And Fred stunk. And Demirbe would have literally got me second place. So it's fucking annoying. So yeah. Then, this is the other annoying thing. I did the same thing with Tadic. Because I had a Messi. Messi got 118.5 points here. And the reason why I played Tadic here, right, is because I thought Tadic should get 70 points, 80 points. That'll be enough for this lineup to get like a solid top 30 finish, right? That's what I thought in my head. And I tried to spread my gallery far too thin by trying to put out, I tried to put out a solid all-star rare lineup as well. Because in my head, I thought, well, the monthlies are starting. If I get a great start in all-star rare as well, then we could get monthly rewards in both. And it was a fucking dumb way to think. Because realistically, I should have put all my best cards in the same lineup. I should have put Messi in this lineup. I don't know why I didn't. So yeah, it's really fucking annoying, to be honest. Really fucking annoying. I was very sad with that. Scored 390 with 4 plays at the weekend. Agreed to my finish of the team, and then Madrid game called off. Yeah, that's tough. If I play Messi there, I get an extra 76 points, and we probably come 5th or 4th with like I think we come 4th actually, with a tier 0 and 223 points. It's fucking annoying as fuck. Annoying as fuck. So I was really upset with that. The annoying thing as well though is that Proper got like a -6 point down score, and Heel got a -4.2 point down score as well. So like, you know, it doesn't really matter. It wouldn't have got me anything, but like, it's still annoying to see anyway. Champion America Rare Pro sucked ass. Challenger Europe, I mean, we got 100 from Goalkeeper, but it didn't really matter in the end. It was tough. What I had this week wasn't great for anything else. We had poor matchups really, because Mönchengladbach are just Bayern's bogey team. Yeah, Una got an up score. I don't understand. This is the thing, right? And this, like, people are happy when their players get up scores. It annoys me more when like Unastol gets a 6 or 7 point up score, because I'm sat there thinking, what the fuck did they miss in the game? How is someone that shit at their job that they missed 7 points from a goalkeeper? A goalkeeper should be the easiest one to score. Like, either they make the save or they don't. Like, it should be the easiest one in the world to score. But instead, like, they somehow like missed out like 6 or 7 points of AA. It makes no sense. Yeah, that's unlucky, David. Ugalde pissed me off. Should have had like 2 goals in that game. Yeah, Ugalde's one where like I sold mine at the start of the year because I thought, like, this is the thing. I was probably one of the only realistic 20 stackers this year, because I only have Proper, Smal, and Unastol, right? It was a cross that got changed to a shot. Yeah, that's stupid. I don't get them. So I actually sold my Ugalde up here somewhere. I might have used him in a trade actually. I was one of the only realistic 20 stackers because it was here. Oh, did I use him in a trade for a Cardi? That ended up being a fantastic trade for me actually. 1.3 ETH plus Ugalde, and now Cardi's worth what? Like, I don't know what he's worth in ETH. Like 1.6. Yeah, perfect for me. So yeah. So the reason why I actually got rid of my other 20 like players is because I knew that going forward they're not going to have the AA. Like the front 4 won't have the AA they had last year. I expect the defenders like in good matchups to still get great points because they don't rely on anything else bar their own defensive ability. And I think that Smell should still get really good AA. And to be honest, when Smell's back, I expect Ugalde to be a bit better. I expect Flat to be better. I expect the whole like sort of front line to be a bit better when Smell's back as well because he progresses the ball forward a lot better. But like I expected it. That's why I didn't. I could have got a SoRare Ugalde and I didn't because I don't like. I expect Ugalde to get goals, but I expect them to be when Smell's back. I think a couple crosses and stuff like that, yeah. What you'll find a lot of the time is Opta, if a player makes two actions really quickly, one after the other, the second one will be missed as they are still busy coding the first action. It's really annoying. Opta genuinely are shit at their jobs. But what can you do? Of any of the lines for this week? Champion Europe Rare, the United boys in. I actually thought when Eriksen scored that, I thought, holy shit, if we beat them like 2-0, I might actually get a reward with this lineup. But yeah, no. All-Star Rare, just pain. I don't know if Leighton Clarkson's just lost his starting spot or some shit. He has been absolutely fucking awful at the start of this season, bar the midweek. That actually got me second place, so we love that. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, Aberdeen have been crap in general. I'm really glad that I sold Kel Roos as well, because he has just, like, not kept a clean sheet this year yet. So he still maintained his price quite well, actually, but yeah. And then Captain 40 Rare. Region didn't play. I expected him to play. That's why I started him. Delict also didn't play. I actually expected him to start on the bench, but I thought he'd come on at half time. Tolu scored. Fred had a shit game. Finished 45 points away. And that is pretty much it for the lineups. Hilger's injured for like 4 weeks. What's that? You just win a reward? Let's go. Scottish teams really struggling having midweek European matches. That's another one that I bought for... Well, I bought him actually in case Fulham went for him as well. But I bought a McTominay knowing that midweek utility would be good as well. I clearly overpaid a little bit, but it is what it is. Not midweek utility, sorry, international utility. And he's against Cyprus here, but it was actually more so for... Is it the... Yeah. The November games as well. So that's why I picked up McTominay. And I think that in January he actually gets a move as well. I actually think he'll get a move potentially to Fulham if João Paulinho goes to Bayern. So I picked up a Super McTominay as well. But that's kind of how my lineups went. And then obviously we have the upcoming lineups as well. What are your thoughts on Carroll Eating and Van Bergen joining Twente? I like Van Bergen. I thought he looked good. He almost got a penalty. Didn't, but almost did. He looked quick. He looked good. Don't know much about Carroll Eating, to be honest. But, like, it would be nice to see them join the team. And hopefully Twente start looking a lot better. Fingers crossed. I like that Sadlek has started performing quite well as well. So, yeah, it'd be nice to see them join the team and see how they go. I did sell Proper. I sold the reward Proper that I got. Yeah, I sold him for... 0.45, I want to say 0.468 plus Nkunku, so 0.468, which I'm really happy with, to be honest. It reckons its valuation was like SoRare Data thinks his valuation is £1,000 for some reason. It's definitely not. I think 0.468 is solid for Robin Proper. Obviously 2 months ago it would have been £1,000 card, but no midweek utility and yeah, a couple of poor games is how it is. What do you think about the Veerman unique ends it in 3 hours? Going to be crazy high price based on card best mid this season, risky long term. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think Veerman probably leaves PSV next year if he continues this form because he's been absolutely like utterly ridiculous. That being said though, like Veerman used to score like this, really. I mean, look at that run. Veerman used to score like this all the time. He was nuts at Herenveen, and at PSV he's always been nuts as well. Like, he had a few poor games, but yeah. It's funny because, like, this set of rewards here, if we look at, like, L15, for example, this looks ridiculous, right? But all it takes is, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 games where he doesn't get a dark green or a green score, and all of a sudden, like, it looks a lot more like how it used to for 20, where you get a couple hundreds and a couple of oranges and a couple hundreds again. So we'll see. I don't know if he'll keep up like a 80 average, but we'll see. I hope he does. That'd be pretty cool. His unique probably ends somewhere between 20 and 30k, I'd say. I don't know though. Zaruki is one that I thought would get played out the lineup. That's why I sold my Zaruki before he actually started playing. I actually expected it, and the reason why I expected it is because he just isn't the kind of player that plays in a dominant team like that. His AA usually comes from being a fucking monster. Like, he breaks up the play, gets a ton of tackles. Like, that's where his AA comes from and stuff like that, right? Like, 3-1 tackles there, 3 interceptions, right? That's where his AA comes from a lot of the time. From duels in the midfield and stuff like that. Get yourself Hadzimedovich. I'm gutted. I can't. I cannot buy Hads. I can't. I'll show you why I can't buy Hads. Because I fucking sold Hads, bro. Because I literally sold Hads for 0.43. The 1 of 10. And the reason why I sold Hads is because it was to buy Galatasaray players. And to be honest, it wasn't a bad shout back then. But he's been really good to start this season. I wish I still had this card. I don't want to go and pay more now than what I sold it for. Let me quickly read this message as well. One sec, boys. Gallo's the best. Gallo's great. What are your opinions on Cajolo? I don't really like him. I don't think he's great. I can't even search him. I don't really like him though. Have I checked Herenveen? I think they can be this year's 20 on SoRare. Nopper, Polish CB. I have, like, I actually recommended to a couple of people to get Bokniewicz and Nopper, but the thing is, I don't think they'll be this year's 20 at all. Like, they've kept one clean, like, 20 was so good last year because they kept clean sheets at home almost every single game, right? So you could always play 20 in priority lineups every week at home, okay? Now, I actually recommended my first gallery review video. I said, if you've got a Nopper, go and buy Bokniewicz because he's great. He is really, really good. He's a great scorer. He works really well. Now, these scores are literally based on decisives, right? Like, every single one of these scores are decisive based. So he's not going to keep up these scores this year. Are you looking for a super rare mid for All-Star? No. These scores he won't keep up. You know? This year's 20 is Sparta. I do like Sparta, but now they've lost Van Croy, I don't like them as much. This year's 20 is 20. Like, if you want it... The truth is, this year's 20 is 20. 20 are still solid defensively. Like, 20's USP was how good they are defensively. It was never, like... Yes, they were great offensive last year. They had Cherney, they had Zaroki and people like that, right? So like, the reason why 20 was so good last year is because you could actually play a full stack. And it's one of the only teams where you could play a full stack and actually have a good return, right? Because you had Cherney who took all set pieces, so he got fantastic scores as a forward. You had Zaruki who got great scores at AA. Then you had Proper and Smile and Understall that with a clean sheet were fantastic, right? But this year's 20 is still 20. They still keep clean sheets, right? They still are strong at home. They're strong against lesser teams, right? Now, obviously, the Zwolle game is a tough one. But now they don't have midweek utility, like, it actually isn't a bad thing. Because it just means that every week you can rely on Proper starting, Understall starting, Smile starting, Sadalek starting, you know? Ugale starting. There's no one's going to get rested now for 20. It's just never going to happen because they don't have midweek games anymore. This one was unfortunate. I saw the penalty. It was just unfortunate. Had he not have conceded this penalty, you're looking at like a 70-point game for Runnestyle and like a 75-point game for Proper. So it was really unfortunate. But as you can see, like they still have amazing scores. You got Runnestyle keeping a 70 with a clean sheet and 86 on AA with Proper. Another this year's Twente is Bruges without Mignolet. Nah, Bruges will never be Twente. They're just too vulnerable defensively. This is their thing. And like, so to be Twente, here's what you need. You need the reliability of keeping a clean sheet at home, and you need a centre-back that gets fantastic AA, and a solid midfielder that keeps AA, and a forward that gets that's on set pieces. So Bruges have the fullback. They have the Goalkeeper, who is phenomenal, and I'm glad that I bought the Goalkeeper because he is literally phenomenal. I love the Goalkeeper. I think he's fantastic, and I can't believe that he's actually as cheap as he is. Like, to me, he should be a lot more expensive than he is. I would say the rare, like the super rare at only £2,400 seems cheap to me. That seems crazy cheap to me. But yeah, so but yeah, if they kept more clean sheets, then they could maybe be looked at as the new Twente, but they just don't, unfortunately. Like, they have Hans Vlakken, who's the midfielder. They have the Goalkeeper, who's a defender. They have Mignolet, who's great, like if he keeps a clean sheet. But then, like, they also don't really have a forward that's consistent. Maybe Zinka, whatever his name is, Zinka Nagelsmann. But like, he's not super consistent. So I don't know. Like I said, I think for me, Twente defense and PSV midfield and attack is probably going to win you every division. If Meyer is back from injury, probably the Goalkeeper rotation. See, this is what I don't get. Why would the Goalkeeper get rotated? Juglar's coming back from injury? Fair enough. Why would the Goalkeeper be rotated? That just doesn't make sense to me. Herenveen will get a really good CB back from injury. Hopefully can get more clean sheets. Missed 3 saves from Olsen last midweek. At least one of them was a diving save. Would have been 2 places higher and super rare kickoff. Even sent video evidence. Yeah, Optus suck though. For me, I think like if you have the funds, running a Veerman and De Jong with like, I don't know, Twente defense or whoever you think is a solid defense, right? Because it doesn't really matter if they keep a clean sheet or not, right? A 5-1 at Rangers, for example, right? De Jong with a 92 points and Weber with 100 points. So it literally doesn't matter if you had the backline and Goalkeeper or not, you know? That's probably your safest bet. You think Meyer was their best player last year? I don't know who this guy is, to be honest. Bjorn Meyer. Abdominal muscle injury. I wonder when he comes back. Played left mid. I could probably play left wing. I don't know. I think I'd be surprised if the Goalkeeper started getting rotated. He's back from international. He's a top talent from Holland. I remember it was this is the guy that scored that crazy goal when Bruges were getting dominated in the Champions League. Like, I can't remember who they got beat by, but he's like, someone scored like a crazy like left-footed goal or some shit. Maybe it wasn't this guy actually. Oh, he is the one. Scored that like left-footed side footer that went like curved around. It was nuts. I just don't see why the Goalkeeper would get rotated straight out for this guy. But then again, I don't really understand teams sometimes that do that shit. Like, made a Cap T40 team unlimited. I have 455 left. Any buys? I'm not going to sit here and tell you to buy, mate. I'm not going to lie to you. You got to make those decisions yourself, fella. Meyer was their best player last year. You got the reward. Okay, so that's why you think he was the best player last year. That's why you think the Goalkeeper will get rotated, because you've got Meyer. So actually, you just want that to happen rather than you think it'll happen. I mean, it might happen. But that's one thing that I've noticed with SoRare, right? When people own a card, they say stuff like that. They'll say stuff like, oh, this guy's going to come in and start playing. Straight away, right? So when someone owns a card, they will say, oh, this guy's going to come in and he's going to start straight away. Just because they own the card and they want that to happen rather than it actually going to happen. Like, it's quite funny to me. I did think about it, and I'm really upset with myself because during the summer I thought about getting a super rare Veerman and a super rare De Jong. I just thought, like, I don't know, I just thought if Sangare stayed and they got these other midfield and stuff, I don't know, I was a bit worried that maybe, like, other players might, I don't know. Is Kilo 100% start? I don't think so. Goalkeeper's their most informed player. I didn't mean by it. Built my first team. What game mode should I build around next? Oh, okay. America is super cheap right now. You've only got limited utility for the next like 2 or 3 months, but I think it's so cheap now that you can make a profit next year when the hype starts again. Like, for me, the price of some of these cards just seems ridiculously cheap, and you can play them anywhere as well. I think America is like super cheap at the moment, especially with goalkeepers as well. You'd obviously got to do your own research, right? No idea if people retire and stuff like that. Like maybe Steve Clark retires, he's 37 years old. But if he doesn't and you get a keeper for 185 quid, you're quids in, you know? You are quids in. That sort of stuff. Excuse me. New coach of the round. Oh yeah, has it been announced yet? I guess not. What is it with my... Have I got quality filter on or something like that? No. I'm so confused. Oh, unless they added my main account. They added my main account, that makes sense. One of the big FIFA streamers, that's me, guys. I'm a big FIFA streamer. It's funny, what's actually funny and what people don't know is that me and SoRare Monkey went to the same school. Different times, obviously. He's like fucking 70 and I'm in my 20s. But like, different times. But we went to the same school. We went to Lutterworth College. Which is kind of crazy to me. So yeah. That's cool. You think that Maya left mid and De Kuiper left back's also possible? Yeah, I mean, who knows, man. I'd be shocked if they dropped De Kuiper, but hey, if they dropped De Kuiper, they dropped De Kuiper. What can you say, man? What can you do? I was surprised that Belgium are predicted to start De Kuiper, to be honest. Who would you say is like the biggest favourite this week? What is Croatia's lineup looking like? Luka Modric. Petkovic starting, that'd be pretty cool. Hoffman or James Maddison. I'm looking to buy a midfield budget. I would go Maddison, and the reason why I'd go Maddison over Hoffman, I think no, actually, do you know what? I take that back. I'll go Hoffman. I forgot Hoffman's going to have fantastic midweek utility. Now, I was going to say Maddison, and the reason why I was going to say James Maddison is because Maddison is a phenomenal free kick taker, a great corner taker, and like is dangerous for an assist at any point, right? And Hoffman's really, really good. But I do think sometimes with Hoffman, like, it is possible to get these 30-point games every now and then. Whereas with Maddison, because he's on set pieces and whatnot, like, I think a lot more at Spurs this is, not ignore the Leicester scores. At Spurs, I think his, like, meh games are going to be 54-pointers, right? Like, the 50-pointers. Whereas I think, like, Hoffman can have some games where he's going to get, like, 30-pointers and whatnot. I did not pick up a Boniface super rare. I tell you what I was going to do, actually. So, I'll tell you what happened. I had 2.5 ETH in my wallet, right? Now, the original plan was to buy super rare Bardachki, and then I changed my mind, right? And I was going to buy a Leverkusen stack. And what I was going to do, because I wanted Tredeki for this midweek, for this international break, right? And obviously they've got a great Conference League group. So the plan was I was going to buy Rare Hideki, Super Rare Tapsoba, who I actually put an offer in to Roadie Boss, but the guy is just a bit of a cunt. He's just like he bought the card last week, and the card's probably like a half an ETH card. He wanted 0.9. He literally wanted 0.9 for this card. I'm sorry, this is not a 0.9 ETH card. It's just not. Right? But Roadie Boss is just a bit of a rat. Like, he's just one of those traders that will fuck anyone as hard as he can. He just takes them to Pound Town every time they want to buy a card from him. I really cannot stand Roadie Boss very much. I really can't. Like, he's just one of those guys. I think there's some traders that are just awful. Some traders are solid. Like, I really don't think Pavel's a bad guy. I know Pavel can be greedy sometimes, but I really don't think Pavel's a bad guy. I think people like Katozi and Roadie Boss are just stiflers, you know? Anyway, so the plan was I was going to buy Rare Hideki, Super Rare Tapsoba, Super Rare Palacios, Rare Hoffman, Rare Boniface. That was going to be my 5-man stack. And I thought about it. I thought, hang on, I've got a Man United stack and I've got a Bayern Munich stack. I can only play one in Gas and I can only play one in Champion Europe. So if I bought this stack, there's no more Rare Pro divisions I could play it in. So that was the first thing that went through my mind. And then, actually, for those who don't know, the reason why I've not been posting for the last month is my stepmom died a month ago. And it was her funeral yesterday. No, sorry, it was a funeral on Tuesday. So what I ended up doing is withdrawing like 2 point something ETH to pay, like, to help pay for the funeral, basically. Because I'm a really nice son, and you should all like send me free SoRare cards because I'm the best guy in the world, and I'm just great like that. But yeah, so that's what I did instead. But I really was tempted because I think you can absolutely clean up rewards, especially midweek with a Leverkusen stack. But it's just like, my big issue right now is I'd actually like to sell my Man United stack. But the problem is, at the moment, I just think I would lose a lot of money on them. And there's no point. Because they will come good eventually. And I think that we will eventually... now we've got like Amrabat and whatnot. I expect us to go on a couple of good runs. And if we can put together 3 or 4 games in a row. And this is where I say look to the future as well. Because we will have a few game weeks in a row where we've got solid games coming up. I mean, this stretch here, Burnley away, Palace at home, Galatasaray at home, Brentford at home. That stretch of 4 games there, realistically, should probably be 4 clean sheets. So yeah. And if not, then you look even further to the future. You've got Luton at home, Everton away, and before that, Fulham away. Like, potentially 3 clean sheets there as well. Fulham will be a tough one, though. But we beat Fulham away last time as well. And then even if not, then you've got people like there's good games to come. So that's why I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stick with my Man United stack. And I did try and get a super rare Varane from Pavel for when he's back fit. And I made him quite a good offer actually for his super rare Varane. What did I offer him? Let me see. Pavel Trader rejected your offer. So my original offer was like... What did I offer him? I offered him... he wanted Mark Cucurella, Leighton Clarkson and 0.1. Just not worth it at all for me. So I offered him 0.005, Ayling, Ritz, Cucurella and Leighton Clarkson, which to be honest is actually probably... Ritz, Ayling and 0.005 is probably worth more than 0.1-ish. Maybe not. Maybe it's about the same. But he rejected it instantly. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I would like to get the Super Rare Varane. But also, like, Varane's not the world's best scorer. So it's like, you know, he doesn't really peak. So what I might do is I might wait, try and sell some rewards. And actually what I'll end up doing is probably going out and buying either, like, to be honest, Super Rare Wan-Bissaka could be a good shout. But maybe a Super Rare Luke Shaw, whilst he's injured, might be an okay shout. I think Wan-Bissaka is not a terrible shout because, like, the thing with Wan-Bissaka is he's dangerous for a last man tackle at any point. So yeah, he is injury prone. You're not wrong. So I just thought about, like, yeah, or the other option that I thought about. It's funny because Laird actually contacted me recently and asked me what I thought about getting a super rare Casemiro, and I told him not to do it at the time. But now I think he's actually a good shout because we've signed Amrabat next to him. But I think super rare Casemiro could be a solid shout as well. The only problem is I think I'd have to wait. I'd have to wait for Casemiro until after international break because his price always goes up a little bit. But that could also be one that links with international breaks as well. I've got Neymar, I've got a couple of the players like that. So yeah, as an Ipswich fan, I've been watching Brandon Williams for us and he gets crazy AA off the bench. What are your thoughts on him? Wait. Oh, Ipswich, I forgot Ipswich, yeah. I totally forgot that Ipswich are actually in the Championship now. I might pick up a Brandon Williams myself, to be honest. I might actually do it. I forgot Ipswich are in the Championship now, so they get scored. And obviously it just helps with my Man United collection. I never really bought one, but I might actually pick one up. He's a bit expensive now. But, like, I think Brandon Williams is genuinely a Premier League level fullback. So, if realistically, he should do well in the Championship. But, yeah. What's my Man United stack looking like at the minute? What am I at? 9th. I've got the 3% bonus now. I need 50 more points to get the badge as well. I'd get 10 points per player. I think Heaton at 25 quid I might pick up, to be honest. Heaton at 25. Let me just do this real quick. Okay, now we're good. It's just because it asks me for a code sometimes. Yeah, I've got to put in my recovery code. Give me one sec, boys. There you go. I just... Fuck it. I'm going to buy this Heaton for 25 quid. The reason why I bought Heaton for 25 quid is because... obviously, we've got Altay Bayern there. He's going to be our backup goalkeeper, right? And then we've got youngsters as well. For me, Heaton, like... I think it's genuinely possible with Heaton that he gets like a loan move or something like that for like one more year in the Championship or something. I don't think he's done yet. He's in good shape, so that's why I picked up Heaton. And plus it just adds to my collection now as well. So we're at 260. I need like what, 4 more Man United players. Harry Maguire is another one I might pick up for international breaks at 40 quid. I think it's honestly pretty solid, to be honest. What is that? Is it? What do I have in the wallet? I have 0.032. I have 42 quid. I'll offer this guy 42 quid because that's what I have. There you go. I might just put it to one day so they don't have to make a decision quick. Where'd you get the Twente shirt from? ClassicShirts.com, I think it was. ClassicShirts.com. Yeah, classic football shirts. This one right here. Classicfootballshirts.co.uk. Yeah, I'll put a link in the chat for you as well. That's where I got the FC Twente shirt. I don't know if they've got any more actually. Let's have a look. There you go. Got a bunch. Got some older ones and some newer ones as well. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Love that. Love that. But yeah, I think Harry Maguire's a half decent pickup as well, just for international breaks and stuff. The one thing I like doing, and the one thing that I've kind of committed to this year, is I want depth. And obviously it makes sense with collections and stuff as well, but I like having a solid amount of depth as well in the gallery. Too often do I get caught out by not having like depth pieces and stuff like that. I'm going to get rid of this Cucurella. I'm just going to list him up for like 40 quid. Fuck it. I'm just going to go and take a hit. Fuck it. But yeah, I like having depth in the gallery now, and especially cheaper depth as well. Hello, Joshua. How you doing, mate? Will Still is close to becoming the Lyon manager. Do I think my boy Bayende will be playing as a starter when Onana goes to AFCON? Yes. And I wonder if Bayende is cheaper now or not. I did actually pick up... I made an offer for a Bayende. That's not the right one, is it? I made an offer for a Bayende. And I received an offer back, and I forgot to reply to it, which is really annoying. Where is it? Here you go. I had an offer from Calvin Klein, 0.127 for Bayende, and I forgot to accept it, and it got cancelled. Super Rare Diego Costa. All right. So the reason why I bought Super Rare Diego Costa is because I have Super Rare Tiquinho Suarez from Botafogo, and I wanted Gabriel from Botafogo as well, but I couldn't make a deal work where I was paying a fair amount for Gabriel, So I added Diego Costa whilst Tequila Suarez was injured, but I didn't realize that Tequila Suarez was literally coming back from injury that week. So yeah, it was kind of annoying. I might actually sell my Diego Costa because I don't expect him to play much anymore now that Tequila Suarez is back. I mean, he might, but yeah, you never know. But I don't expect him to play many games anymore now that Tequila Suarez is back. I just got thrown in the deep end straight away. It's annoying that Gabriel's now red carded as well. He misses a game. Gabriel's a solid player, by the way. This guy's a really good scorer when he plays. Obviously, ignore that one. But yeah, 22 AA in 29 minutes, 26 AA, 12 AA in a goal. Like, so I wanted him. But yeah, it's just mainly for like my my Botafogo players, really. That's it. What is Diego Costa worth these days, actually? Okay, I'll just list them up. Why not? I don't need to do anymore. Mark Alice died, SO5 wise. Botafogo died for a little while, to be fair. Without Tequila Suarez, they really struggled, but they're getting back. They're getting back. Seeing if there's anyone else I can get rid of. I don't really want to sell this guy now. He's just going to sell for nothing. I like keeping these random cards now because, like, every now and then there's a random midweek where he's got a game and he saves you because you needed a card. That's like my like ethos now, is like with rares especially, is like you can get some like really good cheap rares these days that every now and then save you with a midweek, or save you with an international break, or save you with this, or save you with that, you know. That's kind of like my ethos when it comes to that sort of stuff. I think having depth is really, really strong. And especially if you can get depth that works with a collection as well. Like the Man United players, I think is a good example. Like I would like to get myself a. How have I gone? I was 9th and now I'm 14th. How does that work? How am I now 14th? I was 9th. Whatever. Didn't really bother me anyway. Hey, thank you, Josh. Appreciate it, man. I'm looking forward to it, bro. I really am. I like doing podcasts and stuff like that. Yeah, so, sorry, back to what I was saying. Like there are certain cards that I think are smart pickups for depth, but also could have utility in the future. So, like, I think, looking at my United players, for example, I mean, Sabitzer, I've kind of missed the boat on now. He'll be expensive. I don't know if he's actually been doing well or not for Dortmund. Like, average scores for Dortmund, but... that one I've probably missed the boat on a little bit now. But like I think players like Facundo Pellistri, I can see him getting a loan in January. I think Donny van der Beek moves in January. I think McTominay might move in January as well. Martial probably moves next year, so you might be holding him for a little bit, but he probably gets utility next year, even though I don't really think he'll do much now. What's that? Close that down. So yeah, I want to get to like, shit, I have to get all the way to 500 to get 4%. I don't think I'll get to 750 plus, but maybe I will one day. Who knows? Who knows? There's no Twanzebes on the market. There's only ever 4 made. Damn, that's crazy. IAK's got the crazy percentages though. I don't. Do you know what I've just remembered as well? I need to do my academy lineups. I forget to do academy every week, boys. I've just remembered to do academy. Where is? There we go. I'll put all my Gala boys that don't have games in this one. Actually, no, I don't want Gabriel. I want Desart. Where's Desart? This just helps me keep track. Icardi. Put Mark McKenzie in this one, why not? How do you feel about your stacks being in the same CL group? Do you know what? At first, I thought, wow, how unlucky that is. I've now realised that actually it's incredibly lucky. And the reason why it's incredibly lucky is because every single midweek I've got a game against Copenhagen, effectively. So it might sound silly. Oh, yeah, it should get added most of the days, yeah. It might sound silly, but actually I've lucked out because I've gone from a guarantee, like, if it was just Man United and Bayern in the same group, right, and then like the third team was a decent team, I would be like, I don't know how to explain it. Basically, every week I've got a really solid chance of a good reward. Is basically what I'm trying to say, which I think is actually good rather than bad. You know, does that make sense? I don't know. I probably fucked that up, but yeah. I just realised I put Kimmich into a trader line, but he's max percent anyway. So I'll go take him out in a sec. Where's Smal? Where's my boy? He's Small. Where are you, buddy? Where are you, Small? Smaldini. Is Smal no game now? Oh, wait, where is he? He's Small. I've still got him, haven't I? Oh, there he is. My boy. My boy. Let me edit Academy Team 2 real quick and take Kimmich out. He's level 20 already. I don't need him to train. Put Szymanski in there as well. Who else should I get percentage on? Probably Neuer? Yeah, probably Neuer. Neuer! The Goalkeeper can get it as well. Who else should I anyone with a game? Olsen's out on injury. Hey, Ericsson. My boy Ericsson getting the extra points. Keng is there as well. Interesting way to look at it. Well, yeah, but that is the truth, right? Like, no offense to Copenhagen or anyone that has Copenhagen cards, right? But Copenhagen are a pretty shit team. Touch wood, right? Theoretically, all three other teams should be battering Copenhagen, especially when Copenhagen are away, right? So, theoretically, every week we should have a really solid matchup. Theoretically. And I get that's not always the case in Champions League football and whatever, but like theoretically that should be the case, right? That really should realistically should be the case. So every week, especially if we look at, like, if we were to go on the lineup builder, I actually built out one of my lineups just to see how it'd look. I think it was 408. Like, so 408, we've got Galatasaray at home to Copenhagen. And we've got Ghent away to our Wi-Fi password. So that's a really, really strong Challenger Europe Super Rare team. Then we've got Bayern at home to Man United, who are 60% to win. So that is a strong team because we've got Man City at home to a Wi-Fi password. And then Messi at home to Toronto as well. So that is an incredibly strong team right there. Champion Europe Rare Pro then will just be my Man United players. Probably like McTominay or someone like that is the extra in there. Whoever knows. Challenger Europe, it's going to be a tough one for Brugge, but we'll see. Then we've got Demerbe if he plays, but it probably won't be Demerbe in this lineup, I can't lie. I'll probably put someone else in this lineup. Munoz at home to Fiorentina. Pansil at home to Fiorentina as well. So we've got, I would say, like, okay Challenger Europe Rare Pro team. Captain 40 Rare, we've got a team out, and Champion America Rare, we've got a team out, right? So, like, but this is the thing. The main two lineups, Challenger Europe Super Rare and All-Star Rare Pro, I'd say both are pretty goddamn strong. Why do you prefer Challenger Europe Super Rare over All-Star? Typically, the points to win are lower. And it's not that I don't like All-Star, but the reason why I've not been playing All-Star Super Rare the last few game weeks is because I haven't had full lineups that I like, right? So originally the plan was we'll play Galatasaray in either All-Star Super Rare or Challenger Europe or All-Star Super Rare, and then we'll play Twente in All-Star or Cap T70 or whatever other lineup, right? But at the moment, whilst we don't have Neuer, we don't have, like, and Man United have started quite slowly and whatnot. Whilst that's been the case, I've had to use Understyle and Proper in All-Star Rare Pro to make the strongest lineup I can. So, when I get Smal back, what will probably end up happening is we'll have a different lineup for All-Star Rare Pro, and then we'll have All-Star Super Rare, like Twente with Understyle, Proper, and Smal. And then we'll have, like, I don't know, Desart and Pansil maybe. And then we'll have Galatasaray and Challenger as well. And then the rest of them will be filled out with other players. Sorry, I need to quickly reply to this message as well. There we go. Is there a reason you didn't play 243? What, Super Rare 240? I don't have a third Super Rare goalie at the minute. If I'd have played freaking Demerbe in this lineup, I would, and then I would be able to play 240 Super Rare as well, but I don't. So yeah. Oh. What's that, boys? I just need to quickly pay for six-side tonight. I just got a Discord friend request. Hey, mate. There we go. We quickly send the money to Zacharino for the six-a-side real quick, boys. I don't know how much it is. I just sent a fiver. That should work. So yeah. Anyway, aside from that, anyone get any good ranks last week? You want me to flex their lineup on the stream? Anyone do well? I got this guy as a reward. I don't really know how to feel about this one. I'll be honest with you. If I'm being brutally honest, I was a little bit sad. To be honest, I was a bit sad about this one. He looks like he gets solid scores every now and then, but he just DMPs randomly, and he's DMP'd last 2 games in a row, and that freaks me out because there's absolutely no... I can't find any info at all. Let's go, Wardo. Hell yeah, dude. I can't find info on this guy at all. I just don't know. News from Ruben Providence. He's no longer in the squad of Hartberg. What does that even mean? I spelled 242 bro again. I like it. Hey, let's go, Sterling. So I don't know about Ruben Providence, to be honest. I don't know, like, anything about him. I can't find info about him either, which is really annoying. What's this? I'm guessing he went on a permanent to Hartberg. No idea. Does anyone know anything about Ruben Providence? Like I said, he looks like he gets good scores when he bloody plays. If he plays. Hilger's a reward. Nice. Wait, does the Austrian Bundesliga not go on a break this year? Oh, it does. It does. It goes from December to February. 6th place in Captain 40 Super Rare. Let's go, Noah. What'd you get as a reward? One sec, let me take something. I remember someone saying last season he was an excellent talent, but he is a bad attitude, so the manager finds/drops him on occasion. Not sure if the last 2 DMPs were because of that, though. That's annoying. That's really annoying. So I had to reply to him about football tonight. Oh, let's go. He accepted my Harry Maguire offer. Let's go. Let's go. We got big Baz Maguire now, chat, in the team. To be honest, upon thinking about it, I might play him over De Ligt in Cap 240 this week. De Ligt. Oh wait, no. Did he have a game? Yeah. Harry Maguire against Ukraine or De Ligt against Ireland? What do you think? Maguire for England is just solid, and they should keep a clean sheet. Maybe not, but I would pick Maguire as well. He might not play, but he's been dropped since then. You go De Ligt. De Ligt will have rotation risk, but will he though? De Ligt is the best defender the Netherlands has, bar Van Dijk, right? Do they have the Netherlands on here? Great, they don't have the Netherlands on here. That's amazing. Why did I click on that? Surely De Ligt starts. Ireland without Ferguson as well. I don't know. Baz Maguire or Matthijs De Ligt? I'm going to go De Ligt, fuck it. Van de Ven. I really don't rate Van de Ven personally, but you know. The Netherlands are playing tonight. Yeah, they're against Greece, right? So I guess we'll see if De Ligt plays. I don't know. You think it was close to Geertruida for this week? See, that's what Play Sharper thinks. I don't agree at all. Like, De Ligt is comfortably their second best defender. Surely. Anything happened with Van Crooij to the Saudi? Well, I got a message from someone saying it's potentially off, and then it happened. So, yeah. Nah, it's done. It's done, so. It's done, so. I don't follow Ball do I? There we go. Probably because these lack of minutes with Bayern. Yeah, but like, Harry Maguire hasn't played with United. Some poor chap bought his Super Air for £800. I know. And do you know what what I was thinking about doing was I was thinking about using that to try and scam Bologna, but I don't think so. I don't know why people are buying him now though. Like people are out here buying this card. I don't really know why. The Saudi transfer window ends at 10 PM tonight. I guess there's a small hope that it doesn't go through for some reason by 10 PM, but I'm pretty sure it has already gone through. We've not had the transfer market update yet, though. Is he going to a club in AFC? I don't think so. He's going to a shit club in Saudi. It's funny because this is what I find crazy, and I was talking to someone about this the other day, right? It's what I find absolutely nuts. His salary at the Saudi club is rumored to be about €1 million a year, which is obviously a lot of money. Obviously, it's a lot of money, but this is what I find a bit crazy. That €1 million a year is about 20k a week, right? The amount of like 18-year-olds in the Premier League that make more than that. Like, it's always like this is what, and it really opens your eyes up. Like Van Crooij was probably on about a couple grand a week at Sparta. Like literally, he might have been on like 10k a month at Sparta. Yeah, Saudi is tax free. Yeah, like this is what I mean. Like that is mental to me. Yes, he's obviously only had one real breakout season, but like it put into perspective the idea that like there's probably some professional players in the Eredivisie that play for the likes of Volendam and Excelsior that probably make literally like a few grand a month, but they're professional footballers, and everyone thinks professional footballers are these like rich, wealthy guys that make shit tons of money, and there's probably a lot of players in like the Jupiler Pro League, the Eredivisie, and leagues like that literally make genuine I quite normal wage, like 40 grand a year, playing professional football. And it's like, I don't know, the perception in your mind gets like broken, I guess. But I mean, the thing is, like, nothing's been official yet. Nothing's been announced officially yet with Van Croy, right? So the hope is the Saudi transfer window ends at 10 p.m. tonight. The dream is, for some reason, it doesn't go through, and he stays at Sparta until at least January. I'd sell my card so goddamn quickly. Al Ettifaq will probably be Van Croy's new club. Wait, what? Huh? In Portugal, the worst teams sometimes don't pay the players. That's crazy. Who knows? It's probably already done, but you never know. There you go. Him and Neymar are your biggest Reds/Blue X's? Yep. Yep. They are. Yeah. You received an offer from Too Ruthless. Brother, how are you trying to squeeze more money out of this card? I don't get it. What did he last sell? Oh, yeah, actually, to be fair, he last sell for 38. I bought this card because I thought he was going to United. I think Cucurella would have been amazing at United, by the way. That's why I paid that much for him. 0.0294. That's what I will counter him with. 0.0294. There we go. In Israel, top players get 600k a year. That's a lot of money, though. 600k a year? Like, I'm not kidding. Van Croy was probably on like 200k a year maximum. That's what I'm saying. And he was like a top player in the Netherlands. Like, it's a shit ton of money. 600k a year. That's like 50k a month. It's crazy. But yeah, my biggest red X's are probably Neymar and Van Croy. I don't know if I've got any other ones. I got a couple of collection bonus cards with that. I've got Boateng and I've got Vormer, but that's about it. They're just there for collection bonus. So yeah. Can't believe I'm 4th on the 21. I still want to pay £100 for a super rare that I'm not going to use. You know? Yeah, can't be asked. I get that that guy's a trader and he's trying to, you know, trying to make his money and stuff like that. But like, I can't be asked to sit here and haggle over a few quid. It's just not worth it for me. It's a literal waste of time. I bought Cucurella when he was heavily linked to Man United because I think Cucurella would be amazing for Man United. Like, I thought he would do really, really well for United. I actually think he's a good player in a shit team. And I think with Ten Hag's style as an inverted fullback, I thought he did him really well. So that's why I bought Cucurella. Because I kind of need to have another Man United defender as well with my Man United stack. And obviously, deal fell through and we got Reguilon instead. So I went and got Reguilon instead, basically. So I'm just trying to get rid of Cucurella now. Because he isn't going anywhere now, is he? What is the whole SoRare data thing now? So what is this? So did SoRare data buy rain metrics, or they are rain metrics, or what? I've got mush for brains. Oh, it's a stream in 15 minutes? Okay, makes sense. They're going to explain it all on stream? There's a new parent company called Podium. That's interesting. Ooh. That team is actually really good. For an under, what is that, an under 23 or under 21 team, that is actually a really good team, man. Like a really good team. France just have so many good footballers, bro. They're going to be, again, just so dominant for the next 20 years. It's annoying. I thought Højlund looked good, man. I thought he looked promising. I actually thought about buying a Højlund. I need to put Rasmus, don't I? I'm in two minds. I don't want to buy a Højlund because I don't want the Atalanta card. I also kind of want a super rare card of him as well. But like, he's just super expensive, isn't he? I think Højlund will cook at United. I really do. I'd love to go and get a super rare Højlund as well, but he's just mad expensive. But I do back him. I think he'll do very well for us. So I don't know. Maybe that'll be a big purchase one day down the line. A super rare Rasmus Højlund. Who fucking knows? But, yeah. What the fuck? Huh? Why is that 100? What even is this score? I don't get it. But why is that 100? England and France domination coming up. What are my thoughts on the Arsenal game? Heartbreak. Literal heartbreak. The other thing with Højlund as well is he's great for Denmark too. Like, great for Denmark. Ah. Oh yeah, haircut so bad. I look like a fucking homeless tramp. Alright. How long have we been live for today? An hour and 42 minutes. Look at me, the fucking SoRare streamer. Decisive heavy, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a lot of strikers, really. Got 23 AA in this game. I mean, a lot of strikers are decisive heavy, really. It's just a bit Sturm and Graz. Got better AA. I don't know. Like... Crazy how in 2 years away from Austria to United. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's decisive heavy, but like most proper strikers are on SoRare, you know. He gets good AA here and there, 13, 14, 17 AA there as well. I think at United he gets definitely a lot better AA than he does at Atalanta as well. What can you do though? It's kind of just how a lot of players are. Who would you go for next week? Tsimikas, Stefan Savic, and Harry Maguire in All-Star Limited? Probably Maguire. Yeah, I'd say Maguire. So I don't feel like Maguire's in 9 too much anymore. Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, boys. Been a solid 2-hour stream. I think we'll probably call it there for today's SoRare stream. Leave me alone, please. I want to block him because I just don't want to sit here and haggle for peanuts. Yeah, so thank you for sitting and watching, boys. I appreciate it. See if there's any more games on here real quick. There's not. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the stream, make sure to drop a like on the stream and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you for chilling and watching. Yeah, SoRare streams are back. We out here. We back. SoRare content's back. Thank you all for watching. Catch you all. Might be live tomorrow, if not Saturday. Maybe Saturday morning before my game. So yeah, take care of yourselves, boys. Much love. Appreciate you all watching. If you watched the video, thank you for watching the video. Oh, Raul's here. We got to end now. We got to end. Raul's just got here. All right, guys, we're ending because Raul just got here, so we're ending. All right, adios, everybody. Peace out. Take care of yourselves. Much love.